Hello, this is Everything Entertainment, and this is my Death Battle review. And I'm actually excited for this Death Battle because it involves Dragon Ball and Sonic, and it's between Cell and Metal Sonic. And even though logically it should be a stomp because Sonic characters are way stronger than anyone ever expected, Death Battle usually give them an even odds, even if it is a stomp sometimes. It just makes the fights entertaining. And Cell been dead for a while, so he doesn't have new stats. Well, this Cell doesn't have new stats, so Metal Sonic should have won. And I'm actually surprised about what they got right in this video, even though they often just lowball characters, like they lowball Metal, but they did sell quite good in this death battle, which I gotta respect because it this death battle was top tier. It's not on par with Eggman versus Bowser, but that's like a hard list for Sonic death battles. And this death battle is so far probably my top 30 of death battles. I have to check. The death battle do have some S tier death battles. And I was excited for this matchup because Devil Artemis was gonna be uh doing this one, and he did a great job with this death battle. Now to talk about Cell portion of the video, I do like his background, mostly the gags in it of what he likes, because it's pretty funny that they had a heat tap and Kermit the Frog. Nice addition to his appearance in Dragon Ball Z Abyss, and how Devil Artemis made him like the funniest character ever. And I just really like the information they gave for his background. It was nice, sweet, simple, not long, and pretty accurate on who he is. So it's nice that they didn't go crazy and just pull up something from the wiki and had fun with this. Cell's alternate and abilities are on point as well. Nothing out of place. They're all accurate, and it makes sense that he have absorption, telekinesis, Kamehameha, the Big Bang, because he kind of just he was created that way. Like all his awesome abilities are based off others. I don't think he have any original attacks of his own. Maybe when he creates Cell Juniors, that's his own thing. Since no, Piccolo can't do that. Never mind, never mind. No, he could do that without losing any energy or his life. So technically, he does have something a Piccolo that is better. So, oh yeah, he is the perfect wizard. Never mind. So yeah, his arsenal and abilities are on point and not out of place. His transformations are on point too, nothing inaccurate. Larva state in perfect cell, semi perfect cell, which it should have been near perfect cell because how you semi perfect? You're like you should be like near perfect. But anyway, then perfect cell with powerhouse power weight. I didn't know that. And super perfect cell comparable to Super Saiyan 2, which is technically not comparable to Super Saiyan 2, but it's like near Super Saiyan 2. Like it's a huge power up from Super Saiyan 1. Well, he already eclipsed Super Saiyan 1, so it comparable, yeah, comparable to Super Saiyan 2 would be accurate. It just I have it like a little bit less than Super Saiyan 2. You gotta think if Super Saiyan 2 Gohan was at his best, he would have probably destroyed Cell easily. But yes, super perfect cell comparable to Super Saiyan 2 is fair enough. Now to talk about Cell feats, honestly, I'm surprised that they did not use anything from Cell Max. Like honestly, I thought they go to cheat code and say, well, since this is Cell, and technically it's another version of Cell, it could be used as his feats or as his strength. I'm totally surprised they didn't do that because honestly, Cell probably needed Cell Max feats in this death battle because as death battle usually do, they highball one character, lowball another, and I'm just surprised that they really didn't add any Cell Max feats, which I respect it because there's only one true Cell, this Cell, and Cell Max was just not even a good villain. Not even a good villain for a single movie, honestly. But anyway, the feat itself was pretty good. I have to admit, the only feat I don't agree with was compared to Supreme Demon King the Bulla, that one, because technically one Supreme Demon King the Bulla is not really a Demon King. What I mean by this is, yes, he may be from hell or whatever, but it's like Dragon Ball, a title like that kind of means nothing. Like God of Destructions are like the strongest they like individuals in each universe. And Zeno, which I still don't know what Zeno is. I haven't uh I watched the anime and read a bit of the manga, so if they have explained what Zeno is at some point, I haven't heard of it. But anyway, like compared to Supreme Demon King the Boys, not really that much of a feat since that's kind of more of a low ball or King the Boys. Just at the Bulldog, they're like way strong. Well, most only Boo were the strongest, and then at some point, Gohan and Goku got way stronger, and then Vegeta probably eclipsed Cell too. Like that feat is not really that impressive, and they're probably the only one. Every other feat was based off facts, especially that one gag feat about contending with Hercule Satan, which it was just funny. It's funny because like it's not a serious feat, but it was just funny adding that, and I was I was respect Death Battle for not using any Cell Max feats in this fight because otherwise, I mean, it would made Cell look better in on paper, but he still would have got stopped by Metal logically. Like if you know the Sonic was this fight is a stomp with base Metal alone. Now to talk about Metal Sonic background, honestly, I'm a Sonic fan. I'm not like the most hardcore Sonic fan, so I borderline know his name and the fact that he hates Sonic. That's all the information I can guarantee you on. Height, weight, you can search that up. I don't know about the main CPU. That's something that I hope they did research on. Yeah, frame S- Sonic probably in the franchise have said that. The engine, I have no idea where they got that from. Destroying Sonic, they like, yeah. And like they broke up Breezy in the background, which is crazy because this should be game metal Sonic, not artsy Sonic. That's like a whole not a whole different character, but it's a whole different thing. Like the fact that they put Breezy here is actually a nice touch. Like it's adorable seeing that they put Breezy here. They didn't have to. It's kind of funny they put like Breezy in the background. That was quite amazing of them to do that. That's like a nice touch because Breezy is kind of under I'm gonna say underwhelming, but unknown not unknown either, but like a hidden character in the Sonic franchise. Showed up in cartoon and comics and all that. But yeah, the fact that the only thing he hates is Sonic is kind of hilarious because he really does just hate Sonic. It's like his one thing. He probably like actually Metal Sonic probably like racing and fighting too, so they could have put that. But anyway, that background was pretty accurate. No complaints here. It was a nice touch that had breezy. Metal Sonic arsenal abilities are also pretty accurate to who he is. He's got the basic spinner dash and homing attacks since he's essentially a Sonic clone. You got flight, the chest laser, the black shield, and copy abilities. So he can copy chaos control and power ups. Well, no, power ups are additional. But yeah, he could copy chaos control and use that. So yeah, they got his arsenal and abilities pretty right. Even though they're basic, he could just do everything what Sonic can do, and then more based off what he could copy. So yeah, good on Death Battle for getting that right. Now, to talk about Metal Sonic transformations is this is where it get interesting because he got a lot, but technically they're not transformation as one, two, three. They're like different forms. And he was Metal Overlord, uh, which is like pretty big. Neo Metal, which is like pretty small. Metal Sonic Kai, which I believe was in that Knuckles Chaotix game, and Super Neo Metal Sonic, which is his super form. Like they're not they're not like Saiyan form where they go from one, two, or three. They're more different forms at different point in time because each form are essentially different from the last. Like they're like base form and then a new form with different clothing, essentially. So yeah, technically he got the same transformations every time, which is essentially him just getting a new metal body, aka a new form. So yeah, technically it's not a one, two, three form. It's like a new body, new power up, new abilities that come with it, and new strength. Now, to talk about Metal Sonic feats, and this is just a complete low bar. Don't get me wrong, what they said is not inaccurate, but come on, like his feats are low on his side. Like any feat you could use for Sonic, you essentially use for Metal, since he's always his equal or in some cases his superior. And this just goes to show that they're not taking Metal Sonic seriously because usurping control of the Eggman Empire was a good feat. It's not really that good since, he just beat up Eggman to took or took his everything, his airships, his robots. Like he just took everything easily because he just beat up Eggman. Defeating Sonic's Knuckles, Silver Shadow, like that's actually a pretty good feat. That's a good feat, not gonna lie. It's just that of course he did all that. Like that like easy. Like his fight with Sonic, Team Rose, Team Dog, Team Heroes, and the Chaos all at once is a good feat. Too bad it's like an old feat. Like that's a person feat back then, and if we do it now, it'd be even better. Like because nowadays he can't do that, which is impressive because they all got stronger, so it makes sense he can't do that. Well, after he was stronger. The point is that feat by itself in context is really good, but right now it's not that good feat because it was back then, which he was on more low end, which is crazy because that was before Sonic 06, which he should be borderline fourth dimensional. Like that's where he from. He flying from little planet to Earth in seconds is a child's play. He should be way stronger based off feats, but Death Battle, roll one side, uphill, upside one another. It's a whole thing with Death Battle. So yeah, Metal Sonic feats are more on the lower side because Death Battle made him weaker in this fight. Now I'm gonna go to other parts, my favorite parts of this fight because this fight is one of the best fights in Death Battle. That might be recently biased, but no. This fight really was amazing with great animation, great callbacks, and just great music, which is basically Cell remix from the Cell games, I believe, and what we made off of Sonic Hero. I like the start of fight where Cell is going after Eggman for his best fighter and Metal Sonic appear, and they just start fighting with Metal Sonic going straight with a spin dash, and Cell caught it and just beat him so bad that he punched them out of it. That was a really cool move. God, I love the animation of the fight where it would just Cell botting Metal Sonic all the way up to that amazing shot of Cell walking through the fire with his three forms on his perfect form, semi-perfect form, and his first form. I forgot the name, but that was so cool that he did. Devil Artemis did not have to go that hard, but he chose to go that hard, and it was just amazing how he showed all the forms through the frame. And the line of "Doom machines feel fair," like that's such a Vegeta line. He got Vegeta DNA, so it makes sense. And Metal Sonic even got a better line saying "not anymore" and transformed to his Metal Overlord form. That was so cool. Like that that was so hard. Like, oh my god. That transition from botting Metal Shark to the fight to the flames to the one liners all the way to the new form was just perfect. Pun unintended. I love Metal Overlord transformation. Like, I love that short fight. It was just a nice bonus scene, if that makes sense. Because we all knew that it was gonna end with Cell versus Super Metal Sonic or Super Neo Metal Sonic in this case. There was a cool, nice scene added in. I love that Neo basically slapped Cell all the way to Little Planet, and Cell proceeded to use Little Planet as a weapon. He basically threw Little Planet as an attack towards Metal Sonic, reversing back to Neo Metal Sonic. That was a cool thing to do, and it was really cool. That was so hard, and it was awesome. Even though it was not needed, it was a nice bonus scene to this fight, if that makes sense. Chaos Control and stop time to analyze him. Even though Metal Sonic should just get hit by Odina as soon as Cell punches him, it was still cool nonetheless, and a little bit funny that he just used Chaos Control and stopped time just to rip off Cell arm, and that's when the fight really switched from Cell dominating to them being evenly matched because Metal Sonic is playing around with Cell at this point because he know he won already. I freaking love Neo Metal Sonic transformation into his super form and how he basically referenced Cell tapping his head on the on his I was gonna say crown, but it's a head. That's from Team Forza. I got that from Team Forza. But anyway, I like that Neo Metal Sonic tapped his head just like Cell did, if I remember correctly, in the anime about how he had information and all that data on Cell, and now how he's basically everything he was before and more after. That was just a neat touch, and it was really cool seeing him doing that, flexing on Cell. And Cell doesn't even know, even though Metal Sonic told him, Cell probably couldn't comprehend what just happened, and it was really cool detail to add to the fight. Another great moment in the fight is when Cell brought out his Cell Juniors and Metal Sonic, well, Neo Metal Sonic, bringing out Metal Sonic version of himself. And what this makes it so cool that Metal Sonic did this just to flex. He didn't need to do this. He could have just destroyed the Cell Juniors. The Cell Juniors are honestly not that strong. They're strong, but they're not that strong. But he did that just to flex, and that was just so cool that Metal Sonic did that in the fight. Another great moment is Neo Metal Sonic using a tri beam on Cell just because he copied it. He didn't need to do that, but it's funny that he did that as a reference to Team Four Star and how Tien probably most likely was the only person to do. No, okay, he did do the most damage to semi perfect Cell. That was Vegeta and Trunks, but the fact that he did that was just a cool reference, and the fact that Metal Sonic did that was just ooh, that was just a flex on his part. I also love the dual double Kamehameha. I just love that they both pose, and the fact that Metal Sonic copied that and just was ready to use it on Cell because this is Cell's signature move. Well, it's the anime signature move, but you know what I mean. It was just cool that Metal Sonic decided to play copycat and just do a move that he know he doesn't need to, but does anyway. What makes this even cooler, the fact that in the Kamehameha class, Metal Sonic is stronger than Cell. It's the fact that Metal Sonic pulls back his way because he's going to destroy the planet. If it will reverse, then Metal Sonic will just went crazy and just blast his Cell into oblivion. But the fact that his blast was bigger than Cell's, and he pulled back because he didn't want to destroy the world. Remember, this Neo Metal Sonic in a fight is either the one in control of the Eggman Empire or the one serving Eggman. Therefore, he doesn't want to destroy the world. He either want to give it to Eggman or prove his superiority over Sonic. Either way, it was a cool detail that Metal Sonic Kamehameha was so much bigger on the on my first watch, I noticed this, and it was cool that he essentially let Cell thinks he won the fight by letting him push all the way up his blast all the way in the sky just so he could finish him off uh with a killing blow. What makes the Killing Blow even better? The fact that Cell was laughing, thinking he won. Metal Sonic blast a hole right through Cell's chest while time is stopped, and they're living a one-liner that Cell came in here, judge the ore farm. Resume time just to finish his sentence and let Cell realize that he blasted a hole through his chest, then also let Cell power up a Kamehameha that Murasaki knows he cannot finish, just to stop time again and blast Cell again, killing him for good. With the cherry on top is Metal Sonic crushing Cell's core, not his heart, his core, and finishing the line, "I'll crush you," for no reason. Like that is all farming for points at this point. And it was just so cool seeing Metal Sonic do that, even though it was not needed. But nonetheless, it was cool and a good way to finish. Now, to end this video off, I'm gonna go off the 4 categories of the death battle and see if Death Battle got it right. And I'm just gonna say this: no, Death Battle didn't get it right. Strength, it go to Metal Sonic. Obviously, I already talked about how he's way powerful than Cell, and Death Battle keep low balling Sonic characters because seriously, the Time Meter, great feat, but there's a better feat that Solaris is a fourth dimensional being. Like that is canon that did happen, and as Sonic equal, he should be comparable, especially with the Chaos Emerald. His strength goes to Cell. Even with Cell Max feet, Cell still loses because Cell Max is what? Let's highball it and say 12 universes. Let's just say highball 12 universes, infinite realm feet. If we go find base ultra instant Goku, like, but yeah, no, Metal Sonic get this race. Speed also go to Metal Sonic. It goes without saying. Faster than time and space, indefinitely space, indefinable speed. Like speed goes to Metal Sonic. Don't get me wrong. Enemy Wizard Cell technically got like uncackle speed too. So not gonna lie, Cell is way faster than I thought. But Metal Sonic not only got more feats, well, he does have more feats since he's Sonic equal, so you could somewhat compare it. More feats than Cell, his is actually consistent and not exclusive. It's that more or less anime only from Cell. Abilities, they gave it a tie. I would have given it a tie too, but actually I would have gave it abilities to Cell only because Metal Sonic, have like only base Sonic abilities. And Sonic have a lot of abilities. Even if you count Frontier, they do not match up to Cell's abilities since he got so many abilities, techniques, even transformations. Well, no, transformations just count abilities, but like even Neo Metal form abilities wouldn't be in Neo Metal Arsenal without first adapting because we're talking about abilities that they have, and I'll give it to Cell. Even though Metal Type do have abilities, I think Cell just got way more and better flexible abilities, I believe. But yeah, I would give it a tie with mostly a Cell favor for that game because he got way more better abilities. Even though Metal Sonic have some great abilities and adaptation easily, Metal Sonic literally they explained it pretty well. Metal Sonic could copy Cell, but Cell can't even copy Metal Sonic. If Cell have to copy someone weaker as strong as him, well, Metal Sonic could literally go from "I'm weaker to you" to "I'm on the same level" to "I am stronger than you," and like the most dangerous Metal Sonic can be. So yeah. Basically, I'll give straight speed and adaptation to Metal Sonic, but I'll keep ability the same. It would have been mainly a Metal Sonic wash if I was like doing the whole statistic, but anyway, it was still good. Uh, except the speed. The speed was horrendous, and they keep blowing balling these Sonic characters are way stronger than Death Battle are portraying. But yeah, Cell is way faster. Like I knew Cell straight. Highballing it, Cell always was universal. Even with Cell Max, he would be like 12 universal to one dimensional. Oh, Metal Sonic would be base level, like super form base level 4 dimensional to possibly even 6 dimensional, but that's a theory at that point. So yeah, Metal Sonic 1, this was a great death battle and one of my favorites. And I'll hope this death battle inspire more Sonic characters returning. And this Metal Sonic would have watched Eggman versus Bowser, by the way. Just adding that in, Metal Sonic would have watched that whole army by himself. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Have a good day. See you in the next death battle, which will be Bakugo versus that one Chainsaw Man character. I have not yet watched Chainsaw Man, but I'm pretty excited for it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.